Okay, I am solar cooking some chicken today, and I will be working on my knife shop making sheaths for these 3 knives. This one and those 2 there. But I just wanted to lay this in there to make sure I did, in fact, have this set up right, and I do. So, alrighty. Now I gotta get my solar. I came down here to get my solar oven and go back up there to the house. So let me cover this back up. Okay. And feed my cat and get the day started. There's my solar. I'm going to be using the Hanes today. The next time I cook, I'm going to cook potatoes and a meatloaf. So I'm going to probably cook some potatoes in this and a meatloaf in this one. Oh, probably 20 minutes. And the sun will be up high enough to start cooking some chicken in my Hanes 2.0. So underneath all that chicken, I got a bunch of green beans. And we'll see how that turns out. And apparently, I'm supposed to lower this when I aim it at the sun, which will be this way here. But I have had, this is heated up just fine, just the way this is, so I'm gonna leave it like that. And I'll be back in, about 45 minutes, and I'll aim it, because really just as we're speaking, I mean, you can see the sun is almost at the top of that tree there. So it won't be long. This will be cooking, and it is exactly 8 in the morning. So we'll be back in about 45 minutes. This is the Knuck and Fugly knife. I will stop calling it that, because apparently that's vulgar. Even though there's not a single bad word in it. The Ugly Duckling. And this is the original Texas 45 pattern, which I'm going to use for this one. This knife, which is the blue handled knife. And I have one more Texas 45, that's this length. And actually this one I cut down a little bit. So I'm still going to use this pattern, but what I'm going to do is cut this a little wider. And when I sew this up, I'll move everything in about 1/8 of an inch on each side. I believe 1/8 of an inch. Yeah. 1/8 of an inch on each side. And then I will trim the outside. Anyway, it'll look nice. So this is the first one. I'm going to start working on getting a sheath for that. And right now I got this for $3.91 on Amazon. And it was the only one, or else I'd leave a link. Now, these are the ones that I have. If you've been with me a while, you remember that I bought these at Walmart many, many years ago. And then in my lawnmower shop over back when I was living in Sibley, I built a shelf with little pockets in it that these slid into, and I still have them. Well, they're great little things. This sucks, and that's all my leatherwork and hardware, rivets and snaps and, you know, all kinds of stuff. And I'm gonna put them all in here. So I'm gonna do that right now and get this done and out of the way, and then get started cutting leather. All right, I got the beginnings of the first 2 cut out. And it's been exactly 45 minutes. I'm fixing to go aim my Hanes solar cooker. And I'll be back. Okay, I was gonna spend a little more time doing this, but my wife just called me. She is down the hill, and she said there's a king snake eating a snake. We're fixing to go video that. Well, What do you think of that for a match, huh? Well, let me tell you, that leather sucked up a half a bottle of that stuff. My God. Not quite a half a bottle, but way more than most of the other dyes. I wonder why. That color must be super bright or something. Light, a light color, and you got to really... Okay, so now the next step here is to glue this right here, and then clamp it down, and then when all that glue dries, I glue... Actually, I'm going to do some tooling on this here, and then I will glue it down, sew it. That's going to look nice. And then I cut my, when it's all done, I cut my belt holes in here, and this gets rounded off. And I mean, this end is a whole, so I'll have to use some more of this when I get to that point. And what I basically do is you dip a Q-tip in there and touch up the areas that are now fresh leather exposed. So there's that. I'm gonna throw you away, because by the time I need you again, you'll be dried out. Hello, Lucy Bell. Hello, baby. I didn't even know you were in here. Okay, so now this is for a person that bought the Ugly Duckling. Now, I wonder, it sure does, that's kind of a nice match. I wonder. Let me see what else I got. I know that for this knife, I'm gonna go with a very light color stain, but I'll see what else I got. I don't know if that really goes well or not. All right, I'll think about it. Okay, so now I'm picking a color for this, and I can't make up my mind. And this would be the basic color with like a dark brown fade around the outside of the sheath. And these two sheaths, I have the webbing glued down. And I haven't got this cut out yet because it'll be the bigger Texas 45. So, I like this color. That color seems to be a little more closer to that, but I like the contrast of this. And I have these turned around so you can't see the names of them, because the names of them don't really do the color justice. So I'm going to turn it around now. This is yellow. And this is orange. I think I'm going to go with this. I do like the contrast. No, you know what? I got to keep in mind that I'm going to do a fade. So I think I'll go with this with a brown or a chocolate fade, and that will really look nice. Yep, yellow it is. So there you go. I'm trying not to let myself get mad. I ordered 2 of these, 2 sets. These are knife scales. These are the people I ordered it from. Actually, I got it through eBay. And one set is like 10 bucks. So I ordered 2 sets, paid for the shipping, got one. And I got a phone call from Arizona Desert Ironwood. I did not get a piece of wood that I ordered back in April. And I didn't get it. And I waited and waited and waited. And they emailed me a thing asking me to leave, a review. So I bought a lot of stuff from them, and I've been very happy. They have really good wood at really good prices, and they're very quick about shipping. Well, I decided not to get upset, just to wait. And then they send me this questionnaire asking me to rate it and, give them 5 stars. And I gave them 1 star and said, I'm sure I'll like it whenever I get it. And that was all I said. So I got a phone call while I was in the leather shop working on, just a minute, sweetie. We're going into the other room here in a minute. Working on the sheaths. So I get a phone call and the lady says, well, we show you should have got that the end of April. And I said, well, I wouldn't have said I didn't get it if I had gotten it. But I did tell her the whole story about our post office. We are constantly, and I mean constantly, getting mail for people all over this town that don't, that's not us. So if we're getting mail for other people that frequently, I guarantee you other people are getting my mail, which is just incredible. When I get other people's mail, I bring it back to the post office or I stick it in my mailbox with the arm up. And somebody got my wood and didn't give it to me or didn't return it to the post office and who knows who. So that's probably what happened. I've done enough business with them. Really, I've probably done, $1,000 or more worth of business with them because they have such really good, and my higher end knives, I always use that kind of wood, the best wood I can get, and that's where I get it. And so I'm sure they mailed it. And I told the lady, I said, I'm not going to sweat it. If you only knew the trouble I've had with this post office, it is not worth all the money in the world for me to go back to the post office and pursue this on my end. They're saying it's delivered. I'm telling you that I get mail for other people on other streets in other parts of town in my mailbox that I guarantee you that's what happened. So if the mailman is saying it was delivered, I'm sure it was delivered, only it wasn't delivered to me. So anyway, and then there's this. Should have sent me 2, charged me for 2, sent me 1. This is, by the way, this is that, it's going to look pretty when I get it on there. It's purplish, plumish, and it's going to be for the neck knife for Donald. And I've got some plum Kydex coming and some plum camo paracord. It's gonna look pretty cool. And I ordered 2 handles because I like the colors so much that I thought I would just make another one. And at the same time, anyway, let me go back to making sheaths. I'll tell you, it gets aggravating sometimes. All right, we got a good start. I'm going to glue these on now. And then when those are glued and set over here and drying, I'm gonna cut the other one out and get it dyed. That's probably all I'm gonna get done today. I'll get this dyed, glued together, and tomorrow we'll come out here and sew them up and then do the top halves. And then I'll have to do the snaps and all that. Okay, I'm happy with this so far. Okay, look at the bubble in there. God, it smells so good. And I'm gonna let this, oh God, it's not even noon, it's probably 11. So I'm probably gonna give it till about 1 or 2. Then that's the thing, you can never overcook this in the sun. It's just, it keeps it at a low bubbling temperature. Well, not low, but it doesn't burn it. If you decide to leave it for a few hours, I won't be ready to eat till late this afternoon, so I'll probably leave it till about 2:30. See you in a bit.
Ready?
Do it. Oh, Lordy. Okay, let's...
I could smell that all the way down the hill. What is it telling you? It's too hot?
No. Alert. I don't know why it's giving me an alert. At 210 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's try you. 210. Yeah, good enough. Thank you very much, Pro Freedom 556. The Haynes 2.0. Let's eat.